Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now, today I am actually going to be doing something a little bit different because as you can see, well, you can't see yet, but as you can see by the title, I'm actually going to be reacting to a song. Now you may be wondering, where did this come from? And I'll tell you where. I've been hearing about this guy named MacDonald, and I figured that I would go ahead and react to some of his songs, from a libertarian / ANCAP perspective, because obviously that is my ideology, and just kind of see what I think about it, because from what I've been hearing about him, supposedly he's more of a, he makes sort of political-ish songs, from a more I would say, I don't know, right-winger viewpoint. I'm not entirely for sure, but I wanted to react to it and go ahead and check it out with you and give you my feedback on the song. So, let's get right into it, and I will be pausing throughout it to go ahead and kind of break it down.
Hip-hop diet is full of guys who cannot even rap. Facts. Media dividing us by colors, white or black. Facts.
Now, I'm gonna pause it there already. Yeah, no, the media loves to divide people by race. The media just, they adore it. Let's be very real here. You would think that people wouldn't care about race, because race shouldn't affect anything. But the funny thing is actually, by making such a big deal out of race, the media is making people care about it a lot more than they should. I mean, that is true. That is 100% correct.
If you believe in Jesus, these days Christians get attacked. If you don't hate police, then everybody thinks you're whack. And everything's so connected.
Now, let's go ahead and let's break those two down. Number one, yes, Christians are getting attacked these days. I think a lot of it is due to the edgy atheist internet culture of just attacking Christianity and religion in general as being dangerous to a modern society, when in reality, it's not. As long as it's grounded in reality, of course. And this is what I always say. I believe Christianity is a moral system, not an ethical system. I think it's a very important distinction to make there, and if you don't make the distinction, it can be kind of dangerous. But for the most part, I think it's a very good moral system. Now, on the hating police, I don't think people should hate police. I think they should consider if they should be government mandated, if they should be, a government service, because personally, I don't think they should. And I think that's something we need to consider. But I don't think people should hate police, because we need to look at this individually. We need to look at the individuals. If there is a bad police officer, then it's acceptable, yes. But not all police officers are bad people.
Black Lives Matter got so aggressive. White folks who agree can't support the message. Both sides go to war because they don't respect it. Our social climate from the global tension turned to total violence and a whole depression. We could unify and then I'll go against them, but we let them divide us with votes and elections.
On the topic of BLM, even beyond its aggression, which it is very, very aggressive at this point. It is very aggressive. It supports a flawed message, and it's also a very, very communist and socialist-esque movement. So, let's break all those down for a second. Firstly, we need to look at the flawed message. So, let's be very clear here. The statement is true. The statement, Black Lives Matter, is true. The movement Black Lives Matter is not necessarily so. The movement assumes a few things. Number one, it assumes that currently Black Lives Matter less than white lives. Number two, what it does is it essentially creates this environment where you are striving toward separating race even more. And I think both of those things are extremely flawed views of this movement, because as I've said, the statement at its face value is objectively true. Delve deeper behind the statement, and that's where you have your problems.
Hey, the music we bump, all about shooting guns and doing drugs. Hey, whoa. The things that we want are promoted subliminally through the songs, like...
Now, I do want to say, yes, a lot of modern music, more modern music, let's just be very transparent here, it's bad. Let's take a look at Cardi B's song, bad. all of these modern songs are promoting things which aren't necessarily traditional healthy value. Now, I'm not arguing against progression. A lot of times that will be the go-to comeback for people who want these more modernized, progressive things to happen. But I'm not arguing against progression. I'm just arguing in favor of common sense.
You need a fast car. You need designer clothes. You need a rap star to tell you to start popping pills, hit the blunt, and go live at the club till you're broke. It's all controlled by the elites. Put fake news all over our screens, convincing the right to go fight with the left and distract from the fact it's each other we need. Divided by race and religion, segregated into teams. You a white supremacist. If you're not, I guess you Antifa.
Here's the deal, is I do agree people need to be much more accurate in their categories, because if we categorize people as just a white supremacist or, on the other hand, Antifa, there's no nuance to our political scene, and we need nuance in order to better understand this and better work through it and better come to decisions and debates and come to agreements. We need to be able to understand the nuance of the political scene, which a lot of people, both on the right and the left, do not.
Screaming from the rooftops, beat down better, turn us on each other now, no lives matter. If we do what the news wants, blood gon' splatter, turn us on each other till no lives matter.
Now, that is one thing I want to say. People need to be very careful listening to the news. I'm not against, a lot of people might say this, but I'm not against intellectualism or learning or education or any of that. What I'm against is people failing to understand that the news is a business, and it's a business that relies on getting people to watch it, getting clicks, getting views. So the news is going to do what is necessary to maintain clicks and views. If that means causing trouble and creating drama, it's going to do that. It will do that. They will do that. They will undoubtedly, without a shadow of a doubt, attempt to do that. So people, now this isn't arguing for more regulation. On the contrary, I am arguing for decentralization, and I'm arguing for individuals to take responsibility for what they're listening to and what they're understanding and all of that.
Freedom's dead. If you have an opinion, take it back. Facts. People hate the president. If you don't, then you trash. Facts. Indoctrinate the nation using news and mainstream rap. Facts. The government abuses us. It's all part of the plan. Facts. And it's so confusing. Black Lives Matter is a valuable movement, but all lives matter ain't racist or stupid. It's non-black humans who don't feel included.
First of all, I just want to say this is actually really good. I think he's making some very good points in this. So I'm actually really impressed. I didn't come in here really expecting to be too impressed, because I'm not a big fan of music. I don't listen to music, but I'm actually pretty impressed. Now, I do agree with him that, as I've said, the concept of BLM, the objective concept of that statement, it's perfectly reasonable. The problem comes in with all the stuff they then attach to it to make it seem, much more unreasonable, like the whole very Marxist ideology of the creators and founders, or the Marxist ideology of a large majority of the supporters. I'm not going to support that, and then they have the audacity to say that I don't think Black Lives Matter. It's ridiculous.
Colors fall under laws to govern the whole country, and we all suffer. We're all broke and nobody recovers until we accept that we're all brothers. Hey, the music we make, all about big booties and getting paid. Hey, whoa. We watch the news and it fills up our brains with violence and riots and race. Like this is a race war. You need to hate more. Get what you came for. You need some songs about Xanax and violence so you can escape more. What a vicious cycle we can't break away from. They control the culture, they control the paper. They're indoctrinating a whole generation till the patriots start to hate the nation. The music we love make us dumb and addicted. The news that we...
I want to say this. This is a problem with public schools. Let's be real here. As he said, indoctrinating the nation. I think that's a really good term for it, because that's exactly what public schools do, and that's why they're so dangerous. Both sides need to understand this. Left-wingers and right-wingers, okay? Okay, we're going to get up close and personal, and I'm going to explain this as simply as possible. Schools are controlled by the winners. If they are controlled by the winners get to influence your children's education. Now, That's all fine and dandy when it's your side controlling it. I'm sure you wouldn't have a problem with that. But as soon as the other side wins, they then control the schools. It essentially makes it a brainwashing circuit. And it's very dangerous for anyone who actually wants to form their own opinion about something. The way they build it, and it reminds me of how Napoleon Hill said it, is he basically said, give me a kid, essentially. I'm paraphrasing here, but he said, give me a kid, and I will turn them into whatever I want. And that is true, and that is dangerous. That is the reason why a competition-driven education system would be so much better.
Just brainwashing the children. The viruses, riots, and racist conditions ain't problems, they're symptoms of life in the system. Screaming from the rooftops, beat down better. Turn us on each other now, no lives matter. If we do what the news wants, blood gon' splatter. Turn us on each other till no lives matter. The music will make you dumb, the media makes you hate, and they control them both. There ain't no escape. They put the world in a state of chaos. Economy crashing and massive layoffs. Black against white, or it's left versus right. Divide and conquer and control is the payoff. Screaming from the rooftops, beat down better. Turn us on each other now, no lives matter. If we do what the news wants, blood gon' splatter. Turn us on each other till no lives matter.
Well, honestly, I have to say I am pretty impressed. I didn't expect much going into this, but honestly, I think a lot of the points he made, while I disagreed with some of them, a lot of them were very valid, and actually more people could benefit from hearing this message. So, I think that's going to do it for today. I enjoyed that. Let me know if you want me to check out more of his songs or react to any other songs or articles or videos in general. Let me know if you want any reactions, because I did enjoy this. So, tell me if you want more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.